Hello everybody, I'm Tom's Dragon, and welcome to more Kingdoms and Castles. When we were just last leaving off, we kind of left with we got our basics up. We got our stone, we got our wood, we got some food. We actually have excess food, which is um, kind of kind of a problem, and I just say kind of because you really like to store that excess somewhere and not just waste it. But um, that's what we're going to work on now. It's kind of getting more of a farm setup going. Uh, Ultimately, I want to maybe try and spearhead getting to a fishing hut and throwing that up over here. But I think for now we're just going to well, maybe I'll put it down here because this is where my fertile ground is. So I really want to use as much of the fertile ground for farming as possible. Um, and my issue becomes if I move here to the left with my granary, or, well, my granary and everything else, then it kind of becomes a problem. But I think actually they prepare fish from the fishing hut. Serve cuts multiple servings of tools are available. So when we throw up the fishing hut, we build fishing boats, and then they obviously go out and fish. But then we also need to have a fishmonger to obviously prepare and store fish for each collected from the fishing hut. Cuts into multiple servings of tools are available. So maybe we don't need to. Maybe we just need to keep in mind that when we get tools, which is down here at the blacksmith, that'll be something useful. But for right now, we got a stockpile up. We are starting to stockpile, I believe, a little bit of wood. For the most part, yeah, just a little bit, not a ton. These only store, by the way, like 240 resources, and everything defaults to 900. So you have to come in here and change that. So in our case, we're gonna do like, yeah, well, let's just say we do one. Let's do 140 wood, and we'll do 100 of this. It's also useful just to zero these out if you're wanting to store resources in a specific location. This will become kind of relevant later on because we have a lot of different resources we can store. Alright, so right now we also need to increase our population size, but I really want to go up to a cottage and not just do another hovel. I'd rather do this. We could do 12 peasants instead, and really, obviously, I'd love to hop up to that, but we're going to do that at first, get it going. Unfortunately, our quarry is not fully staffed. Why is that? Because stockpile workers is more important than quarry. So we're going to switch that around because it's not true. I would rather, they will not automatically haul it, but it's a lot easier for them just to haul it over themselves. Or get it created, and then we make some builders, and they do all that work. So, how many people do we have here? I do wish there was a way that I could adjust how many people. I mean, can I? How do I do that? I wish there was a way to adjust this. And it just should affect the base output is all it should affect. But, it's kind of like whatever. So as you can see, they haul the stuff themselves all the way over. If you have workers here, they kind of just help to transfer it between houses. So once we get some more houses up and stuff, that'll actually be a lot more useful to have those kind of people running all this stuff around. So we need 10 stone. We should get that before the end of winter, or before the start of winter here, and into our next year. It's we got to keep an eye on our happiness too. I really need to get I'll get a well up after we get this next house up. The well also helps because it can be used by firefighters to put out fire. So we'll have to get that here in a minute. gonna go ahead and actually do a little branch off that way for when I put this house up, because it's going to be very useful. Ooh, I bet you that screwed up my job priority. Heck yeah, it did. They're gonna build that for... Oh, it's fine. It's only some roads. Kind of messes up the job priority because these guys then suddenly go, hey, we should really be doing this thingy. And no, no, you really don't have to be. So yeah, it's pretty important because we got people coming to visit all the time and none of them are finding anything to do. Let's see, are there any other witches that live on our little island? As you can see here, those are wolf dens. They've been taken over. So it does not appear we have any other witches, which is nice. I don't know what they do yet, so we're about to figure that bad boy out. Alright, now we got enough for a cottage, so we're going to build that guy. That should suck everybody off this production line, which is okay for now. We won't have any more stone, because we're going to use it all up in the construction of this. But then all we're going to need is like 10, and we'll be able to throw this up like right here, and it'll cover these guys. I believe there's also a bonus for like beachfront property, technically, so we'll have to kind of get our houses to sort of line out here and get that extra bonus for the happiness of our nation. Otherwise, we're rolling pretty good. Total plus changes from last year, so plus 10. However, we're losing 8 to exposure, and yeah, 15 being eaten, and we're producing 33. So we're actually doing really well on that front as far as food's concerned. You don't really have to have a ton of farms, just a few to get you started, but then you do want that side of your thing to really start booming. And I want to look into orchards so that we can do the food variety. So, alright, we'll be able to hop up to about 27 people now, which is good. We got some more quarry workers, and any of the overflow should go straight into the stock people, so that's good. Alright. Next thing we need... allows villagers to pass through but keeps enemies out. I don't think we need any walls yet. We haven't really been attacked. Alright, I'll come back to you in a year here. Charcoal. Nice. So the issue I'm about to run into here is fire. And your stuff can light up, especially if there's a charcoal worker nearby. So what we're actually going to do is, before I do the charcoal worker, it's just 15 of that, we're going to wait until we have 10 stone, and we're going to make sure we've got water access to these guys here, which will just be pretty important for them. Once we get that going, we will we'll then build our charcoal. Produces smoke, so houses nearby won't like it. You know, and I might put it... I might just put it, like, up over here or something. Kind of out of the way of the city. Maybe we'll do that. We'll make this so that it'll, like, we can do a road going up this way, because we need access to that at some point. here. I don't know how close it needs to be to affect the town. We will do... We'll kind of go up a ways with it then. You know, wood's cheap. We can make a lot of roads and call it good. The other thing we can do is we can upgrade all of our roads later on when we get money, and it is definitely worth it to upgrade like your main paths so that people can travel on that a lot quicker, especially around farms, because sometimes you'll get farms that'll be a little bit too far away from your storage facilities. The witch son, where they she wants to speak with me. What do you need? I'm curious to know if I weigh more than a duck. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Beautiful reference. I freaking love that. That's a Monty Python thing right there. Let's go ahead and send her the... Yeah, we got so much wood, it's not even funny. Ooh, available spells. Feed peasants instantly. Oh. Cool. I like that a lot. We'll see if that really kind of upgrades later on for us, but that's good to know that we're gonna have some stuff like that available. Okay, so we're gonna throw that right there. Kind of help to keep fresh water to all these guys and firefighting in case that becomes an issue. We are actually going to build another one of these. I don't know if I should build it across the street or right next to it like this. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll set it up like a city block sort of a thing, and maybe we'll take down 2 of these houses and throw up another one there, and we'll have like a 4-stack square of them. That actually sounds like a good idea. As soon as this house goes up, I'm going to tear down 2 of these hovels. That's something too, is in city builders, I'm always scared to... I guess I'm always scared to tear down things. I find myself doing it in SimCity a lot, where I'm just like, I don't want to tear down houses that are already established or zones that already exist. But it's worth it. Like, as soon, and I've learned this from, what's the other stinking game that's similar to this? Banished. Banished, I will build and tear down crap like there's no tomorrow, because it's worth it to tear it down. You know, see, look, I mean, I lose no housing, because obviously I have more housing than I need. But now, I'll be able to throw up... Oh, come on. It just told me I had, like, 11 rock, and now I don't have 11. There we go. But you want to do it just so that you've got... You're upgrading, you know? That's the point. You're upgrading. So now, these houses should have access to water. The issue is they all love to have access to a road, hence why I'm kind of doing this block formation. And whenever we'll remove these farms later on, and we'll complete our road all the way around, but we're going to do this for now. And like I said, they don't have to have access to roads. However, having access to a road increases their happiness by a +3. So you want to have that there because it's free happiness. Why would you not want it? Free happiness is the best thing you can get in this game, especially when happiness is everything, you know. So now we're gonna go ahead and we've got some pretty good, you know, we're gonna have a population of 41 here pretty soon. We'll tear down this hovel later and we'll angle it to get more out of that. It says charcoal's too far away. Oh, because we're not storing any charcoal here. Haha. Let's store some charcoal there. And we'll do 100 there, so. Yeah, no, that would make sense. They can't have any charcoal because they're freaking trying to store it all up here, and they can't do that. They gotta store some of it down here. So, we will... Look at him. Oh, jeez. This thing moves quickly. Look at him burn. Burn it, baby. 2 charcoal for every 1 wood. Noise. Noise, noise, noise. And we really, if we want to sort of maximize, we could do 2 charcoal burners and really kind of get it pumping out. Oh, that's nice. They had like little street signs right there. I didn't notice that they did that. That's neat. I like that. It's a neat little detail. All right. So as far as the town is concerned, you can do a town square, which just helps to increase your happiness all the way around. We're a small village, but we are on fire. What the frick? Okay. Quickly, let's put out the fire. Our castle is on fire. What? It should be at pretty low fire risk, too. That's confusing. Alright, well... Put out the fire, boys. Everybody's got little droplets of water over their head. Quickly! Put it out! Oh, freaking heck. Jeez, boys. Alright, well... That's ridiculous. I guess, do I need to leave this open so that it has access to the road? I didn't even think about that. Well, thank goodness we built that well when we did, because, frick, that would have been a lot more disastrous if we had not. Alright. So now... a part of this eaten by homes might not be actually eaten by homes, but I think it is. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our farming situation here. I mean, we're running off of, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 farms? 5 farms? That's nothing to be running off of. So we're going to do... we're going to throw up some grain storage, probably, but also some orchard storage. We're going to throw up an orchard here. Really should throw up one here. Actually, wouldn't be a bad idea. What's the radius on this bad boy? It's just kind of like right here. So if I threw up an orchard here, that wouldn't be bad either. We're going to do 2 more. Or we're going to do farms on all of these corners. And I actually changed my mind. We're going to leave this hovel here. It's fine. It's not going to do anything bad for us. We probably need access to this, so that's why I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to complete my block. The reason I leave this open in the middle is so that I can build a windmill, because it increases the productivity of adjacent farms, and it's an adjacent, like, square around it. So we'll throw it up there. It doesn't affect orchards, obviously, as what it said there, but... which is fine. We don't need it to really. We are going to build this granary. You know what? We're going to build it. We're going to build it here. And then we're going to build another 4 block of farms here. I hate to build it here because I want to build farms on all of this, and maybe another orchard. You know, we're actually going to go right here with it. It'll be right across the street from this housing area. We'll build houses off to the side of it. I could have shifted it over one. We'll call for that to get chopped down. And we will do a road right across there. Waiting for 6 wood. Okay. Alright, so with that chopped down now, we can do... I'm going to throw up another orchard right there. And we're going to have the orchard storage. Yeah, we could throw it up here. Feels like a pretty decent spot for it. We're going to go ahead and clear out all around over there. We'll take a look at what our food did this last. So we got 24 from the farms, 30 eaten from home, so -6. That's okay. We still have food, so we're not in trouble. But I think because we have more storage now, we'll actually have a much better farming situation. And we did increase by 3 how many farms we've got, so that's pretty good. So yeah, that's been about another, you know, it's about, I'm trying to leave these as like 20-minute episodes because otherwise you can just kind of dive right into this thing and go pretty deep. I might decide to sort of skip ahead a little bit. Because really all I'm going to do now is expand probably the farms to another 6 block over here. But what we need to focus on is also upgrading. We need a treasury, because that'll allow us to start taxing and get money. So I'll go ahead and catch y'all on the flip side. We'll see another, I'll have another episode coming out, and we'll see you then.